series over. In the bottom left corner, we have from Team. Man, I have to break that habit.
So
from Team No One, it is Alicia.
I don't think Slayers or Alicia wants to be associated with each other right now.
Yeah, it's they're done. They're dunions.
Done like dinner, as Bugcatcher would say.
Dunzo. There's another way to phrase it. Over in the top right corner, from Team Empire, we have BeastyQT, the Serbian Terran player who is one of many good Terrans on Empire. Kos is another one. Happy is good as well. Braddock is also good as well. All these players are really good. And I'm really excited to see Beasty in Season 4.
Braddock's not on Empire, though, right?
But didn't he left FXO to join Empire? I thought.
Oh, did he?
Didn't he? I'm gonna look it up right now.
All right, please do. That would be news to me. I wasn't keeping up. Bad Andre. It's true. But yes, a ton of very, very powerful Terrans that he gets to actually communicate with, I think. BeastyQT has the ability to actually train with just so many top-tier foreigners, just being part of Empire. And that's, I think, one of the strengths of being part of such a wonderful team. And that's why I think a lot of big teams cultivate the best players. It's not necessarily because they pick them out of the fields and only taking the cream of the crop. It's the fact that they take the cream of the crop and then they actually nurture them and make them the best quality players that they possibly can. Do we have confirmation, Frodan?
Yes, I agree. That's what they did with.
No, I meant of Braddock.
Oh yes, yes.
He's in.
He's
Empire?
on Empire. He's on Empire.
The more you know.
Joe, go Joe. Joe. Oh, that's not how the slogan goes. It's knowing is half the battle. Dang. I thought, what? Isn't there like an icon that's like the more you know slogan? Is that Smokey the Bear? No, that Smokey Bear's like only you can do it.
Is that like ABC?
I have no idea, man. I didn't learn anything when I was a kid. That's all I know.
Frodan, you got straight A's.
I did get straight A's when I was a kid. Beasty is trying to get this probe off of the harassment, and I mean it's scouting this early on. Alicia knows, man. The early Hellions are a very big thing now in TVP. Just to harass a lot. Everyone saw Lucifron's probe harass. How do you like this opening, personally, Andre?
I don't know. I feel like it is a little bit. What's the word?
Risky.
It's risky, but it's like one-trick pony-ish. It's gimmicky. It's a little bit gimmicky. The reason why I say that is that there's a lot of ways Protoss can actually defend it. The main way that I actually see it defended is going to be something like SimCity, I guess. SimCity is the best way, I think. Just making sure your main is actually not entirely destroyed. But I love this decision. Stargate is so smart because we're going to see not Void Rays. We're going to see instead
Tempests.
Yes, Tempests are going to pop out, and Tempests are exceedingly good at killing Hellions because you can just place it right here, and then
it's like a mothership core basically that attaches to the next and shoots everything. Tempest has insane range.
So what are Hellions going to do? Tempests are just going to easily kill them. No, it's going to be Phoenixes, not Void Rays. It's going to be Phoenixes. Now think about what Phoenixes do. They can pick up the Hellion, so it minimizes damage. On top of that, what they can do is shut down any air. So if medevacs actually pop up, it's good. He knows it's gas first, so you're probably not going to see Cloak Banshee, but you're capable of doing that. Don't worry, you have the Oracle. You can go ahead and revelate everything.
Yeah. No medevac made, though. But just like you said, the Phoenix is good at just lifting the Hellion, disabling it, picking off medevac as well. And now Beasty has to be a little bit more cautious, now getting his Marines into position, but he's expanding as well. Beasty, let's see, where do you really go from this? Because it's Phoenixes, man, in TVP. You're something that you're not used to seeing all the time.
Phoenixes are so good, though, in TVP if you have an opening like this. I mean, if they just go for regular command center openings, then I don't think they're that good. But in this position, I do think they're exceptionally good. Not only do you get a good scout at all times, you can see if it's a 3 orbital command center opening or not, punish it. You can also be annoying and pick up some SCVs, kill straggling scouters, and little things like that that just make Phoenixes, I think, so good. And look at that, he actually stops only at 2 Phoenixes, or 3 Phoenixes. That's the correct decision. I think you shouldn't actually keep massing that throughout the game.
Ooh, picks up the mule.
Nope.
Ooh, BC tried to repair it. There's actually a nice little thing where you can kind of repair the SCV before it dies. Buy more time. But, you know, just a little nice minor harass here. Alicia's expanding for himself. Now, oh, Beastie's going for Marine tank with the Viking support. Oh, my.
But I even feel like that's not going to be too effective, because remember, siege tanks, when you go Marine siege tanks, the power are in your Marines, but if you can get an AoE, then, you know, the siege tanks are really, really important. So if I'm attacking into you as Protoss, what I can do is actually pick up the siege tanks, mitigate a lot of the AoE damage that's being done to, let's say, something like a Colossus, and get a couple more shots off of your Marines than I normally can. That's really, really effective. Robotics facility is going up here, and I feel like this is the perfect though. I love this Stargate opening, man. It's so good. I'm gonna take it. Whenever I see gas first, I'm going to do Stargate openings from now on.
Well, we'll see how it fares off. I do like it from Alicia. I like how he's following it up as well. You know, Robo scouts the entire base, taking it very slow. Ooh, look at that heads-up play. Oh! Viking drops down. Nice. Oh,
nice.
He loses it anyways. That's a really fun play there.
And he might be able to get the Raven, but no, the auto turret actually gets dropped. I think he could have still killed the Raven. Wow. That's absolutely crazy. Remember, Ravens are light too. You guys might not know that, but Ravens are light, so they take extra damage to those Phoenixes. But here we go. Frodan. I don't think this looks good for BeastyQT.
No. In fact, all this damage is going to be done directly towards the... I mean, the Phoenixes are going to lift the tank as well. Marines are pushing forward, but Beastie doesn't have the important upgrades like Stim, Combat Shield. He doesn't even have Medevac, so it's as if, you know, whittling down damage is going to help significantly. And I think that was a really good trade for Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia can consistently snipe in here, because remember, only the siege tanks can keep up with the mobility of these stalkers. The Marines can always be kited, so if he gets to a critical number of stalkers, it's going to be very hard to actually do anything about this. On top of that, it actually makes it a lot harder for BeastyQT to stabilize. Yes, he's you know, he's able to defend and everything, but he has to invest more into this composition until he feels comfortable, and then he can move away from siege tanks and Marines. And really, you don't want to be going siege tank Marine into mid-end game. It's just not nearly as effective as soon as Colossus, Immortals, High Templars come out onto the field. So it just delays the transition of Terran to the point where, you know, you're going to get Stim 13, 14 minutes into the game.
If that at best, you know.
If you survive that long.
Yeah, oh, well, actually, Alicia just is doing a robotics base, so he's going to get some really powerful hitting units. Has Immortal out on the way already. Beastie from here is just adding on more barracks because he needs to. He needs to just have a stronger core army. He does have some tanks, but I don't even know if it's strong enough to confront the Protoss army as is. If they can get a good position, yes. But there's not a lot of Marine support. When you push out with this, usually you have like an insane amount of Marines, even if you don't have Stim. But you know, Alicia's doing a smart thing, picking up the Raven!
Raven!
Wow.
Oh, wait, where's that Phoenix?
The
Phoenix is going for it, man. Phoenix is
diving!
Wow. Oh, man. That is a Frodan dive right there. If you ever play LoL with Frodan, gets in, does his work, gets out.
I do. I like to play assassins. That's how I play. It's very tough, though, for BC to kind of push this position in. He's just scaring his opponent back while retreating. He knows he wants things like Stim. In fact, he has a third command center on the way. Beastie playing very smart with how he's actually showing his units and signs of aggression. Although losing the Raven does hurt a lot. That would basically make the Stalkers for a series of volleys and basically unable to do anything. And I actually do like where Alicia's also taking this as well. He's going to expand, add more gateways, but start getting Colossus out because, again, the Marines are just so vulnerable. It's going to be a long time before they're anything because he says, wait, it's 12 minutes in the game, you don't have Combat Shield, you don't have Stim, you don't have anything on your Marines. Colossus is just going to destroy everything.
Let's see if he has enough data to actually say he has like a push that's lined up with his build. Just because, as you said, Stim, Combat Shield not there, that means Colossus are so powerful. That means he has a potential push. I really feel like he should be asserting himself. Excuse me, I have hiccups. Asserting himself a little bit more on the map, but I know, you know, it's all right to be scared when medevac tech has been out for so long, I'm sure you're a little bit worried about some sort of multi-pronged harassment, but he sees where all the units are with his observer. He should just walk around this, put pressure on the third base, and be like, try to come at me, bro.
I ain't your bro, pal.
Okay, Chief.
Oh, no, that's not how it goes. I'm just gonna say, I'm not your pal, friend. And then you're supposed to say, I'm not your friend, whatever you want to insert afterwards. But I mean, you can definitely tell.
I was referencing Dane Cook. That's what I was referencing. Two different
Dane
things.
Cook is not that great of a comedian, man. Just saying. Oh, and this is not that good of a push here from Beastie. He actually loses a lot of units for free. Can't really keep doing that, but you know what? Beastie's trying to zone off and really control the center. Controlling this tower is actually very key in general. You deny so much vision if you control your opponent's watchtower because you can bounce between the natural and the third.
Yeah. Nothing more to that. I mean, Alicia is pretty far ahead right now, even though it doesn't look like it's anything that much. The fact of the matter is, when you're going into mid-game, end-game, and defending for position, that's a big, big problem. Terran needs to actually take map control. Because when you take map control, you force a lot of things that Protoss don't need. These defenses that cost a lot more when you start to think about it. But I'll hold that thought for a little bit later. Zealot's actually doing damage to the third base. Looks like Marines and Marauders will clean this up pretty easily, but you know, Alicia, he's looking so good for this game. I just love this position. It's beautiful. I mean, okay, Terrans want to be taking map control to actually force Colossus to be over here and gateway units to be over here and over here at the same time. So it's hard to actually congregate together to even take map control. And again, attacking with a fist is a lot more effective than trying to slap with a couple fingers. Here we go. The big tech is going to come
Huge
here.
engagement, Andre. Guardian Shields pop to reduce the Viking damage on everything. And Alicia's just going to crush through like a hot knife against butter. GG gets called out. Whoa, that was super, super effective. I mean, he even kept a lot of his, kept so many of his units alive, Alicia, with a decisive win, and just like that.
Yeah, Frodan, that's a position where Protoss should have a lot of gateway units at the main and the third base, and they shouldn't be actually balling up and trying to attack you because, you know, Protoss is pretty strong there when they get their major upgrades, when they get 3 or 4 Colossus initially, and also High Templar tech. You're supposed to actually force that counterattack or that base trade or whatever it might be to not have that attack come. But obviously, he didn't have map control from the get-go, and that was a big problem. Stargate openings, man, so good against Terran 1 bases.
I know what Andre's going to be doing on ladder for the next couple of days. And I know what you guys should be doing. You should be going to iBuyPower.com to buy your own pre-assembled PC. We'll be back after this with game number 3, the decider between Beastie and Alicia. What's going to happen? 2 very different games, and a third game potentially sealing it all. We'll be back right after this.